My name is Ngọc. I'm now a sophomore at the Department of Foreign Languages in Saigon University. I'm majoring in English Language, Commerce, and Tourism. And this is the vlog of my very first field trip. In this video, I'm gonna talk about my 5-day trip to Thailand. I hope you all will stay with me until the very end of this vlog. Let's go! On the first day, March 11th, we arrived at the airport at about 6:30 in the morning. I was running late due to the traffic jam, so I didn't have much time for breakfast anymore. But was so excited anyways because, to be honest, this is my first time flying abroad. We also took a cute photo before boarding time. After settling onto our seats on the airplane, I was lucky enough to get the window seat, and the view of the cloudy sky that day was just gorgeous. Apart from the scenery, it feels so different when we flew into the territory of Thailand. We were then welcomed by the guides from Pandit University. And this is our main guide who also gave us the most support. Her name is Miss Noon. She was so friendly and adorable. We loved her. Also, the weather in Thailand felt just as hot as it is in Ho Chi Minh City. On our way to the university, we stopped by Central Remanja, where I got my very first meal of the day. There were so many choices, but I decided to choose Pad Thai, my comfort food. That was also the highlight of my day. When we arrived at the campus, Brother Carrot and Miss Noon took us around to see the facilities of KBU. We had a good rest after that in our campus room. That was also the end of our first morning in Thailand. At 6 p.m., we went back to the dining room for our welcoming dinner. Before dinner time, we were listening to Miss Noon telling us about the KBU's significant information, such as the history, the vision, and the missions of the school. It was such an honor that we had the chance to meet Mr. Sawandi, who is the current president of the school. He was extremely kind and friendly. He also informed us how to dress properly when going to religious places in Thailand. After dinner, we decided to follow Miss Bit, our lecturer, to a coffee shop near the campus. We stopped by 7-Eleven to have a look around, and to be honest, it seemed more like 7 in heaven to me since there were so many cosmetics in the shop. Anyway, I'm glad that the coffee shop we chose was cute enough. It was a nice looking one next to a lake, and there was also a band performing. I had a cocktail with some cake. Such a lovely way to end my first day in Thailand. On the second morning, at first I was upset because the weather didn't feel right. It was raining cats and dogs outside the window. Fortunately, it stopped raining when we got to our first destination of the day, Wat Po. This is also one of the largest and oldest wats in Thailand, covering an area of 80,000 square meters and is home to more than 1,000 Buddha images. That's why the architecture of this place is extremely majestic. We then met our tour guide. he told us about the history of the temple complex. There were some details that I believe I would never be able to find out myself without his instruction. For example, the statues in the temple. Each of them performs a posture of an animal which, if we follow, also offers us some specific physical benefit. A frog posture helps fasten your belly, a deer posture helps release your neck pain, etc. When we got inside, the tour guide informed us about the sacredness of this marble gate and the Buddha being worshipped inside this temple. He told us about the people whose wishes came true after visiting the place. People come here to wish for their success in their study, work, and especially for birth giving. I also had my own wishes there in this temple. May it will come true. After that, since there were not only one building in the temple complex, he taught us how to recognize which one is the main and the most sacred one. The tour guide told us this small statue here outside the temple is the symbol to signify if the temple is the main one or not, based on the piece of jewelry on the stone. Inside the temple, there was a gold copper Lord Buddha with a gold and crystal pedestal. There were also 10 images of Buddha's disciple in the hole below the pedestal. The structure design of this manhole was absolutely splendid. Moreover, for your information, Wat Po is also one of the earliest schools to educate Thai massage. It remains the national headquarters and a center of education of traditional Thai medicine and massage to this day. As you can see, they also have many inscribed illustrations all over the world showing pressure points used in traditional Thai massage. Mr. Tour Guide said that they serve as instructions for Thai massage therapists. We then had some time to have a look around, and that's it for the second morning of our trip. We arrived at SCG company at around 12 o'clock. This is our guide that day, who introduced us about the company. SCG, as in her introduction, is more than just a furniture showroom as we thought at first. She said that SCG is a place where they show and provide living solutions for the customers. She showed us around the building, starting from this area where they offer products designed specifically for the elders, such as a comfortable bed and a built-in lifting machine for them to move up and down stairs. The second and the third floor of the building are used to show the Koto and SCG special design system, such as air and water filtering and furniture. They have many model rooms for houses with various occupant capacity. In the afternoon, we decided to take the subway to get to Central World Shopping Center. That was an exciting experience too, because it was also my first time traveling by this type of transportation. At Central World, we didn't need to follow any schedule, so we decided to enjoy our free time in our group of 4. We all had a very good time there. Before going back to the campus, we stopped by the night market right in front of the mall to get some mango sticky rice, which tastes more heavenly than the word heaven itself. And that was the end of our second day in Thailand. Our first destination today is Ayutthaya Historical Park. This place covers the ruins of the city. It was around 11 at noon when we arrived, so the weather was not so friendly. We had about half an hour to walk around with our tour guide. Moreover, there was some area where cameras are not allowed. So, as much as I tried, I couldn't record as much as expected. We had lunch there and wandered around to buy some souvenirs at the local shops before going back to Fashion Island. At the mall, me and my friends stopped by After You, a famous cake brand, to purchase gifts for our family, and then we got back to the campus. In the evening, we experienced our most memorable night at one of the best night markets in Thailand, which is Chot Fairs. It took us more than half an hour only for transportation. However, the joyful experience at the place is extremely worth it. This place is home to over 700 different stalls. The market has plenty to offer, from a variety of Asian and fusion cuisines to drinks and to even clothes. Officially opened at the end of November 2021, in only 3 years, Chot Fair has now become one of the most popular night markets in Bangkok. It boasts a lively and vibrant night scene atmosphere, which has done a very good job to excite me and my friends. On the fourth morning, we had a lovely chance to have a cooking class with one of the main cooks of KBU.
It's not kind of a soup, not too water, not too much, not much of water and coconut milk. So they have just a little of coconut milk. So we will see. You see, it's not like a soup. It's not like a soup. It look a little bit thick soup.
The program of the cooking class is to help us to make two popular Thai cuisines, which is Penang curry, the main dish, and Yak Mani, a sweet-tasting Thai dessert. I'm not a native Thai speaker, so I hope you all will forgive me if I pronounce the name of the food wrong. Thank you so much. were then divided into 2 groups of 10 to practice what we have just learned from the cook. Fortunately, he was so helpful and was always willing to help us whenever needed. Thanks to him, that morning was such a comfy experience to me. We then helped cleaning up a little before going back to prepare for our next workshop in the afternoon. Our next sketch of the day is the Diplomatic Protocol and Etiquette Workshop.
สวัสดีค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ in Thai but for Western we will shake hands okay good afternoon right good morning or good evening.
Our host today was Miss Palm and her assistant. I learned a lot from her, from the proper ways for greetings to appropriate table manners. We were also given the opportunity to put the theory into practice. We had a small quiz game at last to revise our knowledge, and I think I did a good job for winning in the first place. It was so fun. The last evening is spent for our farewell dinner. Miss Noon was so cute and thoughtful. She even prepared a short video to summarize our memorable trip. Then, each of us was given a certificate for participating in the field trip from Mr. Principal. I felt super fulfilling at that moment. And that was the end of my field trip to Thailand. I had a really great time there. Thank you so much for following me. I deeply want to deliver my special thanks to Miss Ling and Miss Bit and all the teachers we met at KBU. Thank you so much for supporting us and always being willing to help us when needed.
Thank you on your watching. I look forward to see you again in my second vlog. Goodbye.